Okay, so what's new, man? How have you been? First of all, let me just say, I guess, a general intro. I don't know if I got it right. Like, just legendary OG in the gaming space, as far as I'm concerned, and a good friend as well. So we're really happy to have you on here, the Royal We. And
Yeah.
if I got anything wrong, please feel free to correct me and just kind of let us know who you are.
I don't even care. I literally don't. I've been doing this for 30 years. The real people know. If you're looking at my credits, then there's enough to be impressed with. I just don't give a shit. So, I'm doing good. Always hustling, right? Anybody over a certain age, I can't stop hustling even if I have a day job. So basically I'm always working on stuff. So I've got my own projects going at the same time as just trying to like double and triple team some work on some cool stuff. We're still working on Lusa. That's starting to get pretty fun. I'm very excited about that. I also have a indie platform thing that I'm working on that I don't know if I'm quite ready to talk about it yet, but it's basically like I'm getting ready for the future because we're all about to get like this whole industry is effed.
Oh yeah. Tell me about it. Half of the stuff I do just for like my little short content is AI and voice augmented and things like that, and it's fun. It is very fun. But just as a quick touchback was Lussa, Lussa. So that was a project that you and I were actually previous on together, and it's still chugging along. How's it going? My God, was that just like a gallon of milk you chugged?
Speaking of chug, no, that was my protein shake for the afternoon. So I was just like getting rid of it. So it's going well. Like basically, I mean, there's challenges. The team's still pretty small. They're moving as fast. They're moving faster than they should be because of the team size. Like they're doing really great, good quality stuff. But it's early stage stuff. Like we're always going to need funding. Right. So there's still funding stuff coming, endeavors always going on. So, it's just keep trucking. But I'm really, really happy about where we're at and what's going on. And I'm just kind of looking forward to playing more with the platform side of things, too. So.
Yeah, that's right. It was a little bit more than a game, if I recall. Yeah. I mean, I should, but it was more of a platform for, indies and other developers to kind of break in and sort of have an AI that was tailored, let's call it, specifically for their game development needs.
Yes.
Yeah. And then a little bit of a library, a little bit of like a Steam type library too, right?
Yeah, eventually, but it's there's a lot of UGC and, effort going into it at some point. That's going on. I got my podcast, Brain Arcade. I'm doing, I'm not even really plugging it. Like, I would love to grow that audience, but that's one of those things that like, I want people to actually love what I'm doing. Not like I'm not chasing numbers, right?
It's more you got to love what you're doing too, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to keep it low pressure for myself so I don't burn out. Yeah. But it's been going for like 6 months now. I have some pretty good guests. I'm going to try and start getting some younger guests on that can be more indie focused and also like early career. Because I have a feeling like what's going on right now is a lot of people are getting out of schools. A lot of people are getting laid off. And there's a lot of people in there sort of like, I'll just call it in the 20s or early 30s that are like, what do I do now? I've been applying for a job for 3 years, right? And those people that have to or still like have it in their spirit to just, I have to make video games. They need to have options or at least have encouragement along the way. And so, it's tough for us older cats. I've got an existing network. Some of it is still functioning like normal. Some of it is moving to the future. Mm-hmm. People are scrambling. It's a little bit every man for themselves, but at the same time, there's still opportunities. It's just kind of shifting. But the industry is changing daily. Like I didn't see EA getting bought that was not on my bingo card.
Oh, that came way out of left field. Yeah, especially by the UAE, right? If I'm not mistaken, like Wow.
Yeah, it's the PIF Fund and like Velocity Partners, or like I don't remember, but it's like 2 or 3 big partners.
Well, and a lot of people are saying it's just a big data grab. It's not necessarily anything that they are, actually trying to take and excel forward. That it was more about the data. But I'm actually not in that same boat.
I don't think it's that simple. The thing is like, if you've been applying to jobs and looking for money over the last several years, you'll notice that money from like the Middle East stopped coming overseas, and it started turning into take a job here locally, right. And or come start a company here, right? Or like they're basically trying to create a physical center of gaming, and I guarantee there's going to be an Electronic Arts office in somewhere in the Middle East that has local roots. Like headquarters might stay in Redwood Shores, but like they're absolutely going to open up an office over there, and probably like a development center and a learning center. And they're going to pump a bunch of money into the local ecosystem for games. Like games are, being an old head like me, we always used to think, right? Like, the epicenter of games is like Japan and the United States. And like, we watched Japan lose out, over the last, 15 years, because economically it became harder and harder to sustain, your full team in Japan. Like there's still Japanese teams, but they're outsourcing a lot. They're owned or partnering with big publishers. Like basically there's no fully independent double or triple A Japanese team. There might be, but it's really tough now for that to happen. But they're typically partnered up with either like a larger distribution publisher or whatever. But it's lost that like king of gaming, sort of like status, right? Yeah. But it's going to be the same thing with the States. We're going to lose that this is the epicenter of games. It's going to move to the Middle East.
It will. And, just like Japanese culture, I think the culture will travel pretty far as like Western style games and the things we've been developing, which is really cool. But, to that point, I think it's a great purchase because, EA, we'll see how their DLC and their pay to play kind of stuff looks now. But I feel like you nailed it. I feel like they're going to pump so much into it that it's going to sort of reinvigorate the whole EA, but the whole gaming is as a whole, I think, because they have the money to do it. They have the resources to do it. So I'm thinking I think it's a win.
Well, I think it'll be eventually a good thing, but like I said, there's active work going into creating like knowledge, ownership, like building a game industry in the Middle East. Right. Mm-hmm. And so, but the other part about that, though, is that it is a data play partially because we're like looking at AI. Like Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard, and then once I actually understood what Muse was, I was like, oh my god, they just bought so much training material. Yeah, that the ROI on that is going to be way in the future once it gets to work. And it's the same thing with EA. Like if you think about EA's past library, like if you look at EA's history, they used to be the ones that were doing M&As, right? Oh, yeah. Like they bought and ate so many studios over 20 years. The amount of IP that you don't even associate with EA that is owned by EA, right? Like most people won't think about this one, but like Command and Conquer.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
right? Right. That was Westwood Studios, bought by EA. They own all of that IP. Like,
wasn't that Petroglyph Studios here in Vegas that did Command and Conquer? Or
no, it was Petroglyph did Age of Empires. Yeah. It was Westwood, which was in Vegas.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, but they moved it. Anyway, like, but that's an example of like, oh, I totally forgot about that, right? Yeah. Then there's Need for Speed. Then there's Skate or Die. Like, there's all these things you don't really think about that are owned by EA that can train an AI, but also be revitalized by doing new versions.
And you know what? That's it too. It's not we have to differentiate a little bit because it's not the scary data like they are going to start spamming my email and all my credit card info is out there
Right.
now. It's not that. We're talking about data as in like what you're saying, timeline data, play data, preference data. It's that kind of stuff to develop new games, new titles. To
Yeah.
It's gonna go a long way, and that's more the data we're talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. That, and then also just real time. I mean, they're gonna start feeding gameplay to their game making AI, and that's gonna come from the old library too, right? So, I mean, there is a change coming that's AI driven. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but it's coming, right? And so it's
Yeah, and that's I mean, same with you and same with everybody else. Probably that's the question I always gets asked is how do I feel about it? From an art standpoint, from a development standpoint, whatever. And the trailers even and stuff, and my one thing is I don't know. It's the Wild West right now, and you either adapt and survive or get left behind. So I almost think leaning into it is the better thing. I don't know.
Oh, you should lean into it for sure. Yeah. At least be knowledgeable about how the AI tools work, because if you don't, you're going to end up like it's going to get so far ahead of you that you're going to end up spending time learning when it's time. And I've been playing with AI here and there, like, or with the different LLMs and stuff. But like, is it useful for actually making games? It helps certain parts of it. Do I think I can eventually tell an AI to make me a 2D platformer with a giraffe as the main character? Possibly. In fact, we're probably not that far off. Is it going to be good? Probably not. But will it matter if it's good? I don't know.
And it'll still be code most likely that it's generating for you, not a playable game that maybe can go on the platform as is, right?
Well, no, I've been playing with CoPlay and Unity. We're talking about I'm talking about making a full game that you can export to platform.
Man, and hey, speaking of indies, it's really great for indies because it cuts your workload even 3/4 in half, whatever, to a certain degree, but you still
it can yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm actually curious because you're giggling. I thought I saw it as sort of an opportunity, right? A free mechanism to sort of, I don't know, maybe even do splash images or certain character design or something that you can take and translate. But
there's, and I was telling you that like I was going to start an indie platform thing. Is like I'm actually going to make a bet that a lot of the indie community is actually going to stay AI free. It's going to be. So what we're seeing is like, remember when Amazon came out and it started to become like all kinds of automated and like people started jamming like products through X, Y, and Z. Yeah. And then Etsy came out. That first 5 years of Etsy was amazing. Everything was handmade.
Right.
Everything was, Sally from Topeka making cozies for like.
It was more novel. Yeah.
It was more novel. It was more handmade. And so what I'm seeing is there's going to be, AI will help people take part in the existing or old ecosystems in a more advantageous way, but then there'll be two new ecosystems coming, which are one is I'll just call it the Etsy ecosystem, where everything is handmade, right? Doesn't mean slow. It just means that people are helping each other or buying assets from each other, but it's not like maybe partially AI made, but in general, it will have, that feeling of, I made this, but right. And like, these are the people that helped me, but like, a little bit more like I want to emulate Vampire Survivors, where it's one guy in Spain for a long amount of time.
Yeah. And Meat Boy was a good one. Yeah.
Meat Boy too. But like, but yeah, there is the AI is a dividing line in the indie space.
It is
like people will be like, well, Steam actually makes you identify if you made something using AI.
Yeah. Even some of the marketing materials, as a marketer, I know how powerful AI is for marketing and having, bots go out and do half of your work for you and things like that. But at the same rate, I always compare it to football, right? NFL versus collegiate. The collegiate is where the passion is. It's where the grassroots, right? There's no steroids. There's no overpaid. There's no thirds and fourths and backups. And I think that's the same thing for gaming, right? There's more of a passion for the indies, where I think, like you're saying, it's going to be a more bespoke model where they're creating something that they just want to create, whether or not it succeeds.
Totally. And the ecosystem for indies is not perfect right now. But I think we can, like, a lot of people are working on different parts of the problem. And so, like, we're in the middle of already what I call an indie bloom.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's already on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, there's more games than I can play.
You know, and a lot of people are looking towards them as well. You know, the G2Es and the Gamescoms or whoever that have sort of like an indie section. That's not what I'm talking about. You know what I did here in Vegas with the indie scene, having the Game Crafters Fest. You know, the turnout and the city actually getting behind it was really sort of a light bulb moment for me, where it's like, well, people actually want to see, just like, you know, if you go to the Game Awards, they want to see these trailers, they want to see these creators, they want to know, because they're creating some badass stuff. So
people want experiences, right? Like, I just came back from the Sphere out there in Vegas.
Was it the Wizard of Oz?
Wizard of Oz, yeah.
Oh yeah.
It is a different movie though. Like, it is cut. It's cut to 90 minutes, and it's also, because of the width and size of the screen, you can see where they're manufacturing shots.
Yeah.
Right. They're taking an old shot and they're basically extending it in some ways, and some of them are like, the timing is a little different too, because you can see more.
Well, I actually have some inside info. If you watch, or if anybody watches Corridor Crew on YouTube, Corridor Crew breaks down visual effects and things like that all the time. And they actually did a special just on that one. And the biggest thing was, it wasn't just like AI push a button expansion. They literally went and remade the entire 90-minute portion of the movie 3D, like, with CGI. They created that by hand and extended and used some AI.
And the original movie was just a source, right?
Exactly. They just sourced it. Yeah. Just like deep faking or something like that, right? It's just source materials.
Like, so I had some friends that were working on the Sphere stuff, like, you know, almost 10 years ago. And it was like, you know what their biggest problem was initially was hard drive space.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. I mean, do they have like a bunker underneath with their own servers or something? Or?
Well, you couldn't, the size of a singular image to take up the whole space was so big, you couldn't even put it on a server hard drive. You basically, like, there's no way to do the movie. Like, you could put one frame and then like swap that frame out. And so I don't know how they solved it, but I suspect what they did is they cut it up into smaller pieces, and they're doing a sync, like a stream sync kind of a thing on multiple hard drives. So essentially, I think what they've got is, like, they probably have something along the lines of, like, you know, 12 hard drives that are associated with each part of their screen that is streaming a different part of the data, and then something that's assembling it, turning it into a frame, and then putting it up.
Well, they just built on the south side of town here in Vegas. They just built a brand new Switch lot. Switch is, you know, a farm, a data farm, a hard drive farm. So whatever you call those things. And so they just built a new one. Maybe that's theirs. Maybe they're just straight in.
You never just feed it straight in. So. Yeah, it's pretty wild. I really, really enjoyed it. Well, I don't even know how they're sourcing images for the outside. And I know that can be a lower res because nobody gets up close to it.
Right.
And the pixels are farther apart because the way that it's rendered. But it's still like, dude, it's still a huge amount of data to put on the outside of a dome, right?
Oh, yeah, and all of that power going through that outside. Well, and not even that, but just down to the granular, like, making a flat image into a dome image, right? Or
even just building that in 3D first and then rendering to it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. And I mean, it just goes to say, I think honestly, gaming here in Vegas is really going to be taking off. You know, I know UNLV, Blackfire, some of the schools, and just a lot of people migrating here, and even some of my own initiatives. Like, I feel like this is going to be a little bit of a hub, right? It might not be the hub, but I definitely think people are going to start coming here and doing things.
I mean, Vegas has always been a little bit of a gaming hub, and like,
For events and things, right? Especially.
Yeah, but it also has like, it's like ebbed and flowed over the years. Like Westwood Studios was there in the 90s and Petroglyph was there in the late 90s and stuff. And that was before video slots were like huge, right?
Yeah.
And that's back when like Midway used to make casino games.
Oh,
like they made slots and pinball machines, etc. And so like there's always a little gaming influence in the Vegas.
There is. And we have a giant Atari factory studio by the airport over here, and people always assume it's this Atari, but no, they're making casino games. It's a casino game factory.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. I was like, oh man, I so wanted to get into making casino games. So here's my pitch for Vegas. Here's what I want to make. I want to make a 1v1 me bro gaming center, but it's in Vegas, so you can bet on yourself, right? So it's essentially get one of the, like 1v1 me bro is an actual website, right? But then there's also, there's other ones where you can bet on yourself to play games. But I want to do the physical, like esports location. You have to be there 1v1, but then build like really custom weird shit for that, right? Like an old Space Wars 1v1 me bro, and like two of those like kayak machines, you know what I mean? and do like a decathlon inside like a 1v1 like
that's like hilarious.
You know what? Competition casino, right?
I want to build a specific a shooter or racing game setup where you and the other player are stacked just right here next to each other, and then there's like a piece of cardboard or a blanket splitting the single screen between you guys. Old school, like 90s.
Yeah.
The screen check station or something.
That's funny.
It's really. I was going to say that it's kind of similar. Here's an idea I had. If it's interesting to anybody, was I wanted to do. You ever watch Forged in Fire, the show? Like the
I know what you're talking about.
Show,
I've seen parts of it.
Or actually any competition cooking show whatsoever. Really is the model. But I want to do game devs. I want game devs to go head to head under certain parameters to create certain levels or a scene or something.
I think that could work. You have to
be exciting somehow, but I think
you have to make it. And the trick is, like anything sport or it's skill based, and so you want exhibition of skill. And the problem is you need to expose that skill, right?
Yeah.
And so I think
this would be filmed. This isn't live.
I'm talking about. Okay. I'm talking about in a studio. But the thing is like to do exhibition of skill in games. I actually think the pitfall that most people drop into is they focus on the video that's produced of like the actual gameplay. Where what's more interesting is the exhibition of skill is on the team between the player or between the devs, and also like those like aha moments where they sort of figure some stuff out. The only problem is that like the more pressure you put, the less creative. Like you need to have the right amount of pressure and space. So like it would be hard to film if it has to be done in a day.
Oh no, God no!
Like it would have to like a game jam.
It'd have to be almost remote. It would have to be two teams or two individuals that have like, okay, here's the premise. We need a fighting game, and you have to your first task, 2 characters and a level, like a background, right? And then they're doing it. You get 2 days to do it or something like that. And then here's your exhibition of skill, right? Is you say halfway through your day 1, all right, guys, now you need to incorporate a character that is a fish. Like, sure. Now I got to go back and read. Oh yeah. Okay. Right. And so
it could be fun. It might be hard to watch because it really depends on the devs that you get. And like, I almost think that the show that you want as the test for this is actually a single group of people who are like the Mythbusters team. And they basically get random input, and then you film them making that thing. So you're like, okay, we need giraffe wrestling. And then they take that concept and then they go build a thing, right? And so like if you could get that first, like the problem is like competition. Once you put two teams against each other, they actually go for efficiency. Once they go for efficiency, they stop being creative because they're gonna say like, okay, how do we do this thing and then knock it out? It's like watching, Henry Ford versus, another car maker in how to make their assembly line better. That's not going to be
super exciting, right? Unless you gotta inject a little drama, you gotta have a little bit of that reality TV drama in there.
But that's where like, the things that break will be kind of invisible. Whereas like if it's a production line, you see what I'm saying? Like that, like you have to like figure out a way to make the invisible stuff viewable. But that's why I think what's I originally thought also there might be something like what is it, like Shark Tank, where people come and pitch their ideas and then you have experts like, shit on them. Yeah. But the problem with that though is like on paper you can crap on anything, right? Yeah, and so it's like, at what point do you wait till they have a demo and they bring it in and they're looking for investment to take it to market? Or are they like, it's a difficult one also because it's such a risky business. Like those experts might destroy their credibility by funding some shit that just all tanks, right?
Very true.
Like that's a hard show to do. But I'm with you. I want to see a competition game around video games. And I think there's like the old, like, you remember there was a TV show that had like, it was essentially like, if you look up 80s TV show, like TV game show, video games, they had people playing for high scores, right?
Oh yeah. But like on arcade games. Yeah.
I think it was called Starcade. But I think where you go though is you have to, because video games take so many disciplines, like programming, game design, art, animation, UI, UX, like you have to pick specific competitions. And I think what you can do is like,
but you parcel it out, right? You say, okay, the end goal at the end of this season or whatever will
be a full game,
fighting game. Right. Yeah. And then this episode is you need characters. This episode is you need
by the way, fighting game would be the last one that I picked. Fighting game is probably one of the hardest games to make.
Is it really?
Yeah. Fighting games are the hardest games to make a good one.
Well, I mean, your main experience is in shooter titles, right? FPS.
Yeah, and shooter in general stuff. But like the reason that fighting games are super difficult to make. Well, the other one is like American
contact physics. Oh God, yeah. I mean,
right. So, it's a little bit contact physics, but also like there's a lot of network code if you want multiplayer. Like it's inherent. Like fighting games are inherently multiplayer, so you're already taking that on. But the other thing is like hardcore fighting game players are frame tracking.
Yeah,
they're all the way down to the millisecond on like long animations. Like to balance it is like balancing a fighting game is one of the hardest things to do.
You'd have to understand, I guess, the premise of it. You know what we do?
Game pro.
You know what we do? We start with like an endless runner, a mobile endless runner. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, we could do like 2D platformer, 3D platformer.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say third person shooter, but maybe first person shooter or like a flight sim or a space game.
I think that'd be pretty cool. You know what? Let's get personal for a sec before I wrap it up.
Yeah.
Same with me. You're in the industry so long. You dabble and you do so many different things. You wear so many different hats. What still gets you excited? What do you still play, if you still play anything?
I don't play double and AAA games.
Yeah.
I just don't. I sometimes play Indie++, but in general, I've been playing a lot of roguelikes because I just don't have a lot of time to get engaged. Okay.
Dude, you want to play roguelike? You're saying you're playing roguelikes, but you don't have time?
Yeah, because you could do one session.
Oh, okay, yes.
And then bail out. Yeah. So it's like, although I did just play the hell out of Cyberpunk 2077. Like I played.
You went back and...
I never picked it up in the first place.
Okay.
Well, I would say that my favorite large genre to play is open world.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So Skyrim. I have like hundreds of hours in Skyrim, and Grand Theft Auto 3, 4, I didn't play as much as 5. I kind of lost me on 4. Like I got a little tired of the same sort of like criminal fantasy. And so Saints Row 3 and 4 were worthwhile for me. And so I was at THQ at the time of the shipping of 3 and then shipping 4. Yeah. So I'm a little bit partial to those, but like I love those types of games, but it's got kind of the same thing. I can run around the world for 30 minutes. So actually, one of my favorite games of all time is Assassin's Creed Black Flag. And I don't like playing Assassin's Creed games because basically I would come out into the sea, sail my ship, get the guys to sing me a shanty, pull up the port, get a new shanty, jump back in my ship, and I would just cause mayhem on the oceans. Like I was just a ravager, right? Yeah. And then, just it was very soothing for me to cruise around and have my crew sing shanties. Like that was like, I could do that for hours and not actually accomplish anything.
Yeah, it goes on YouTube all the time.
It's so great. So, but the roguelike stuff, like right now I'm playing the hell out of Deep Rock Galactic Survivor.
Oh, never played it. Yeah.
So Deep Rock Galactic is a game about space dwarves. And then Deep Rock Galactic Survivor is basically like they took the survivor genre, which is like Vampire Survivor or
Dead Space or like
Brotato. Like what's another good one? Army of Ruin. There's a whole like subgenre that built up around this quote unquote survivor sort of thought process, and like they made one with their Deep Rock Galactic dwarves, and it's great. It has a super strong just one more time.
Is that on Steam?
Feel. Steam, but also like they just came out with like the Game Pass version.
Oh, sweet. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, because Steam and Xbox are buddy now, right?
Yeah, I mean Xbox, you're going to play Xbox games everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm playing it on my Samsung TV. Oh, yeah. No console.
Yeah, half the stuff I play anymore is just whatever my kids interrupt me and I have to switch over to play like Hogwarts Legacy or something.
Yeah, right.
But I'm just so happy that my daughter, she's turning 4, is so into gaming. It just makes me so happy. And the other day I was playing Doom, the last one, Dark Ages. And she comes in and she just sees me. Sorry,
like tearing people's heads off.
Oh my God. I shut it off so quick, but it was too late. She said, well, what are you doing? I said, oh, Daddy, we're just beating up bad guys. It's pretend. It's blah, blah, blah. Oh, she loved it. We blew it off and we went back to Hogwarts and she was happy as a clam. Well, but I'm just happy she's into it. She asks for it. She sees my shirts and stuff with the, graphic tees, and she can name, at this Halloween, she wants to be Princess Peach. I did not influence that at all.
That's amazing. Yeah,
so happy.
That's awesome.
Happy game.
That's awesome. Well, the thing with Doom though is it's like itchy and scratchy. It's so hyper violent that it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? So it's not even real like a portrayal of violence. I actually get more queasy in representing things when it's more like we're trying to represent real. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. When it's like cartoony hyper violence, like I'm not bothered by it because it's so over the top that it's like not even an issue. You know what makes me more queasy? Well, photoreal stuff, like how photoreal hunting games have gotten.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah. Like Cabela's Big Game Hunter was like ridiculous when it first came out. You're like, it was shooting cardboard cutouts, right? Yeah. And now you're like stalking, finding bait. Like it's a little bit too sim, like hunting sim. Like it's like, which is appropriate for that title, but I can't do it because I'm not a sim guy. Like basically whenever I'm playing something and I'm like, oh my God, this is work, I'm done. Right. Except for one exception. One exception is Power Wash Simulator.
I thought you were going to say Goat Simulator or like I Am Toast or something.
No. I love Power Wash Simulator.
That's hilarious. But you know what? Okay, I haven't played it. I know of it and everything like that. Yeah. But I'm guilty of, there's a guy who has a pressure washing channel on YouTube. Every single time I see it,
I get sucked in. There's a guy that cleans carpets.
Mowing lawns. Oh, the carpet cleaning guy. I've seen those, like Black Mountain carpets or something like that.
So it's the same compulsion that is underlying Pac-Man, where you want to clear the dots.
Yeah.
Like it's the same like cleanup compulsion. It's a completion thing, but it's also an organizational and like cleanliness thing.
Yeah.
So like, but that's the thing with like Power Wash Simulator is also like it feels like a scratcher.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's that same thing of like I can't scratch a lotto ticket without making it clean. Right. Like it's gonna be
all the little silver pieces.
All the little silver bits gotta go.
Yeah.
And like, I'll take 30 minutes if I could have to do it with like, a safety pin and like get everything. And so it's the same human compulsion in Power Wash Simulator, but also you're like, I don't know what's under that dirt. What's it gonna be?
Is it a blue rug? Is
exactly.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Man. I love it, and it's an addictive thing, and just gaming in general. It's my jam. I love all of it. I have no, console wars don't mean anything to me. I'm just a gamer.
Yeah,
I like it all.
It's interesting for me. It's changed over the years because when I was younger, like I missed esports by like 15 years. Like I would have been competitive in Street Fighter 2.
Halo, competitive. I would have destroyed in the original Halo series.
Like early COD, like Modern Warfare, the first Modern Warfare, I've been super competitive there. Especially because I had a good sound rig. Because sound is super important in first-person shooters.
Absolutely.
Like it's super important. But like, fighting games, like in Tekken, I dedicated myself to learn the 10 grapple combo that King has. Right? Like I could bust it out. Like I was like, oh, get ready. Like you might as well put your controller down because it's about to happen. And then I would like start that 10 like move combo and like, boom, boom, boom. And it would turn into a thing. So there's like, forget it. Or like, 100 combo ultra combos. Like I was absolutely a fighting game maniac for, in the 90s.
It makes it harder too when you get some button masher that just dominates you and they're going.
So what's interesting? Like if you look at the difficulty curve of like, and compared to wins, right? And so like skill versus wins, right? And so like your skill should correlate to how many wins you're getting, right? That's true for most standard games until you get to like Soul Calibur, right? And Tekken. And Tekken has like a volcano shape of like skills and wins because like early on you're button mashing and you're just as effective as anybody in the middle. In the middle, you're learning every character and all of their moves and all of their combos. So you
find the block button. Yeah.
Right. You have a higher skill. And so you get frustrated. But then it's like once you get to mastery, you can't be defeated. You know what I'm saying? And so like most fighting games have this linear ramp between like skill and like win percentage. Yeah. Whereas like Tekken and Soul Calibur have this weird volcano, which is infuriating. Well, I would actually even say, what's the Nintendo one? Smash Brothers also has kind of a volcano where people can just smash the shit out of stuff and like win.
Oh yeah, well, and if you know what you're watching, it's like that's why it's on ESPN and stuff like that. Is because
it's super exciting to watch.
Yeah, if you know what you're looking for, you can understand. Oh yeah, exactly. Just like hockey,
super exciting to watch.
Just like hockey, once you learn how to follow the puck, so you get into it. Yeah.
Hockey, I learned hockey from NHL 93, 92, 93 and 94. Yeah. Like I didn't understand hockey. I didn't play soccer as a kid. Like goal sports were foreign to me until I played NHLPA 94.
How funny. Yeah, I learned football from NFL Blitz and then I got kicked off of my Pee Wee team.
That's awesome. And
the first suplex. Yeah, the first suplex I did.
Yeah. NFL Blitz was amazing. I was also did you play Cyberball?
Oh yeah, Cyberball.
Cyberball was amazing. That's another one that goes in the Vegas arcade.
Oh man. And
Cyberball was awesome.
It's totally off topic, but Gauntlet Legends was one of my favorites in the arcade that went to I think 64 or something like that.
Yeah. That's absolutely, I'm telling you, a 1v1 Me Bro arcade in Vegas would bank because
it'd be awesome.
I would put like Center Stage Arena Friday nights. Yeah. It would be Friday night, like 1v1 Me Bro.
You just have
every Friday.
Either back to back, Link or the same
big purses.
Cabinet, right? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Big purses. Whatever.
Anybody in Vegas listening to this? I live here. Chris is right down the street. Let's do this because I'm
Like
it sounds like fun, and it sounds like you have a drink in your hand. You go.
You totally
and you smash, right? Like, yeah.
I think you put everything on rollers. So I think the way you do it is you have like a,
modular, yeah.
Even small, you do like a 5,000 square foot space, right? So you can put it in almost anywhere. You get a food and drink license, and then you also get like, a warehouse area so you can cycle stuff in and out. But you would get stuff for competition, and then you would, like maybe we could partner with Barcade. Barcade and like it's Barcade and 1v1me Bro combined in one spot.
Yeah, even who's the big the sports
there's a pinball
sports stool.
Sports stool, yeah.
They'd be fun, yeah.
Sports stool, and then like we can even have pinball nights where we bring in a bunch of pinball machines.
Yeah,
Barstool Sports is what
Barstool. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah, but we do like it'd be amazing. It'd be so much fun to run, and like you would get. We could have PC rigs, but we would do like
cabinet.
Yeah, we could, or put them into like a surround sound space.
Oh, like a pod, yeah.
So you put them into like a seated cabinet, right? Like almost like, you remember T-Mech in the arcade at all?
I do. I had T-Mech and like the
and like Virtual On.
But kind of those where you were in
the Dino Crisis or whatever. Yeah, you put them in a first-person shooter cabinet with a mouse and keyboard and all their macros and shit.
Yeah.
And then, you outfit it with a bunch of like GoPros so that you would have like face cam, hand cams. And then you do the 1v1s. We could get Thresh out of retirement and do some Quake.
Yeah, Fatality.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. See, and we could get Quake 2 1v1me Rocket Arena stuff and like televise that shit. It'd be amazing.
I would just have a live feed. Just have a live feed.
Amazing.
Yeah, going to a YouTube channel all day long.
Yeah. Well, we could just like, if I set up that arcade, it would always be on.
Yeah.
Like you would basically be like, in fact, I would even say we'd set up a custom Twitch interface where you can just switch cameras to like, oh shit, there's Fatality playing fucking Dig Dug. Like, right? But give me the split screen on that, right?
That title is viral anyways, just on its own.
Look at Fatality playing Dig Dug.
Yeah.
Be amazing. So
anyway, I've kept you for more than almost an hour now. So let's
all good, man. Let's wrap it up.
Yeah,
dude, I'll come back on anytime.
Cool.
Let me know.
I love it, and we can just shoot the breeze. So this one ended up being AI and just gaming nostalgia. So I'm
in general, yeah.
This is the vibe of the show. This is what I want. It's just casual talking, and it's all good. We're not here shitting on anybody. So Crisscross. I think you're at Coffee with Cross everywhere, right?
Yeah, Coffee Across is, you can find me everywhere, like Instagram, Twitter, Blue Sky. The podcast is not at Coffee Across on YouTube, but from there you could probably find it. It's called Brain Arcade. But anyway, whatever.
Arcade, gotcha. I got you. No, I'll plug it.
Brain Arcade. Well, but Brain Arcade on wherever you get podcasts. The podcast world is crazy, man. There's
I got Spotify, and Spotify distributes, and I don't.
Yeah. Like a whole ton of them, but then there's Pandora and Apple, and it's fucking nuts. Anyway,
all right, boss. Video, man. So it was really good. Get out here so we can go hit the golf course finally. And it's always good chatting with you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Being my first guest, man.
Yeah, dude. Thanks for having me on.